Good morning. We are out for our walk. I think it's going to be a beautiful day out today. Although I'm working. I'm out here now because we've got plans tomorrow, or I've got plans tomorrow. The dogs are going to have to stay at home, so. And I have nails this morning, and then I got to go to work. Go make all the money so I can live this life of luxury that I have. So, and you know what? Life is just going by one day at a time. I don't even really know what to talk about this morning. What I do lately think a lot about is how much all of the anxiety of my past, I feel like it's amazing how a bunch different this stuff looks in the camera as compared to just standing here. It just looks like crazy brush, but I can see in there. Anyway, and I feel like I've always had the momentum of anxiety in my life. And when I say momentum, man, it pushed me. It pushed me to come out here every day, to be honest. Because I was so anxious about whatever. You know, taking care of my parents, taking care of grandkids, being in a narcissistic relationship, being gaslit all the time. When I think about the amount of anxiety that I've had, and lately I've been so hard on myself because I don't have to get up and go. I could sit there all day and just do nothing in the quiet and just watch my peaceful fantasy tranquility that I watch. I spend a lot of time watching. Because I don't watch any news at all. And I don't watch any network TV. I'm not into any shows. I have a few people that I follow on YouTubers that do documentaries and bitch about the world, so to speak. And, you know, I found that the problems of the world also create a lot of unnecessary anxiety because, truthfully, you can't do anything about any of that stuff. And I have no desire to get involved. To do what? I already feel like I wasted my life on a bunch of crap that was for the right thing, and I don't know how I feel about it right now, and it does not make me want to get involved. It makes me want to just sit back and enjoy life. I don't know. See, I can't figure this out. They came through here and did something. See all these little trees that are busted off? There's a bunch of places out here that I shouldn't say a bunch, because I didn't drive very far in. I got to be back to do nails. Then I think, after, I don't even know what a life with low, I guess, anxiety, because I don't know that you can get rid of all of it. Life happens, and it creates anxiety. I try not to let things get to me. Inevitably, they do. I'm human. Anyway. I don't know. And I got a whole craft room full of brand new stuff. Like, I don't need to be going and running after stuff. Although I haven't been going and doing anything. I've been trying to plan a couple of things here and there just to have something to look forward to. But this time a year up here, when all the tourists go away, we're left with nothing but bars. Because if people are not making money hand over fist up here, they could care less about the fact that there are locals here that live here year round, and we also need something to do. But whatever. I just feel like it's so, everybody's got to make all the money so they can have brand new vehicles and brand new RVs and thousands of dollars to keep their minds off the fact that their life isn't as perfect as they'd like everybody to think it is. And they think an ATV is going to make that better. Or sitting on a boat. So, I don't know. I think a lot of it is so that everybody can see the toys they have and how well they're doing financially. I don't know. Do I sit around and wish I was on a boat? No. I don't spend a lot of time wishing I was really anywhere but where I am. I have had the fortunate opportunity in the poor life that I've lived to do what I'd call a great deal of traveling. I mean, I was a single mom raising 2 kids with nobody. And I don't even know how I did it. When I think back to all that, that'll stress me out. And I think to how crazy my life has been, then I guess sitting around and just being able to sit around. That is one thing. Not everybody's got the time. Because getting to this calm point has taken time. that a lot of people just don't have. You know, if I was paying rent, I'd have to work full time. I probably should be working full time right now, to be honest. But I don't need all that money. And when I weigh out, do I want more money? Do I want to be able to buy more things or have a bigger savings account? Well, sure, I would, of course. But I really like having this time. This time. To just enjoy the quiet. Listen to that chickadee and the gunshots, because we're pretty close to the shooting range. But that's life up here. I'm lucky there aren't hunters driving up on us right now. Because there are a lot of hunters up here. I have a lot of people saying they're hunting when they come through my line at work. Oh, tonight is my last night of work for 3 days. Tomorrow we're going to a dog sled, or mushers. I don't know what it's really called. It's a big convention out at Winter Park. I'm going with my sister tomorrow. She has ran dog sled. I don't know how else to word it. There's a better way. I'm sure she'll let me know. But that was always her thing, and now because of the motorcycle accident, it's something that they're being forced to give up. You know, and the reality is we're all getting old, man. That's a lot of work to do all that stuff and maintain it all. And there comes a point, and afford it all. So I feel bad for them because it's a major thing to give up. You know, that accident changed their lives. And it's hard. I get that. It's really hard. But it also brought this family back together. I wouldn't be looking forward to tomorrow right now. Prior to that accident, I don't feel like. And I am really glad that we are all enjoying each other's company at this point. I am really grateful. So, as much as a horrible accident being the motivating factor, such is life. Anyway, at this point, well, I feel like I got on here just to ramble because it's kind of one of those days. I really don't have I just, like last night, going to the store and oh my God, One coworker of mine is just, it's negative. Every fucking little thing that a customer does, he's freaking the fuck out. Dude, why can't everybody just relax? God, people come into that grocery store with a million other things on their mind. They miss the freaking fast lanes and the cash only. Why Triggs even runs things like that, I do not know. But you can't use cash in the fast lanes. And there's a big sign there that says as much. But people don't see it. So then they stand there and they can't understand because the machines look like they take cash, but they don't. And then people realize that can't pay with cash. And Riley, well, I don't want to use names. My coworkers, which happen to be two guys, oh my God, that irritates them that people don't see that sign. And I don't know how many times I've said, I just don't believe, one, do they go grocery shopping? Really? And then they say, well, I'd see the sign. I really? People aren't looking for a sign. You know, I don't walk up to that. I don't ever walk up to those things and think, does this take cash? No, I don't think that. I assume it does. And then I too am shocked because I've been there in other stores. And I certainly don't need such, because you know what? Life is busy. Like I just said, your mind is on a million fucking other things that you got to get done, and you didn't see the goddamn "we don't take cash at the fast lanes" sign. And what? Condemn them to hell for that? Come on. It is minor. Direct them where to go. Life moves on. But, you know, he was already irritated last night because one of our other coworkers called in. And of course, everybody's got their opinion on why somebody's calling in, which doesn't matter what our opinion is. You know, I think to myself, does it pay to even get upset? But I guess that's where I'm at in life. Calm and quiet. And all I think is well, you know what? They live different lives. And neither one have kids and even know what trying to juggle all that crap is like. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. Because now I'm kind of bitching about them. Because, well, the frustration's got to go somewhere. I guess. Because I get, oh my God, all night long last night. Feels like every 5 seconds, right? He's coming over and complaining. Anyway, I don't know if the other guy's gonna be back tonight because they got a family crisis going on. And the truth of the story is we don't make enough to make calling in hurt. You know, the little bit that we make financially, you know, people don't think anything of calling in. Again, you raise the wage, you can be a little more selective because you're going to have people that actually want the job then. And then you'll have people that stay. You'll also have people that don't call in because a day's wages will set them back a little bit. But whatever. Corporate don't care. They don't care. And honestly, we don't have it nearly as horrible in that store as I feel like a lot of stores are. I know, this is truthfully by far the easiest job I've ever had. The hardest thing is being on your fucking feet. But you know, I sat for a living in my previous profession. Because I did nails in salons for 20 years. Of working 14-hour days. And having women treat me like crap. That's the truth of that frickin'. And then you've got, what, you figure, let's see, 50, 60 hours a week. And say I have about 45 customers a week. That's 45 different bosses a week. Because the next week is 45 different people. And that's pretty much for 3 weeks straight. You can pretty much 45 customers a week. Different customers every week. And figure it out. Do the math. That's how many different bosses. I want my nails done at this time. And if you can't accommodate, or they question your frickin' prices, you know, they'll compliment you on your talent and then tell you they don't want to pay for any of it. Because to them it isn't worth it. Then don't get your... I'm so sick of that profession. Anyways, I was going to end this. I'm rambling just on random subjects. So, I am Jen. Let's flip the... I am Jen with Jen's House of Zen. Wishing everybody a fabulous day. And you know what? Be nice. Be kind to people. Pay somebody a compliment. Compliments go a long ways. Especially with this negative world we're in. Because you know what? There again. People will walk up to you in your freaking line at work, and if... I don't know what they all expect. But if you're looking off in any other direction, they act like you're trying to take a nap. Really? But I guess that's based on 15,000 other checkers they've dealt with that are brain dead, more than likely. So, I shouldn't take it personally, right? Anyway, pay somebody a compliment today. Because I am trying to end this. I am Jen from Jen's House of Zen, doing the best with what I have been given. Everybody have a fabulous day.